Sister Wives fans always look forward to the tell-all at the end of every season. Each year, viewers hope Kody and Robyn Brown will finally be held accountable for their sinister actions. But that hasn't quite happened yet. Could season 19 be any different? After examining teasers for the second half of season 19, several Sister Wives commentators think Robyn Brown will receive a harsher portrayal than in previous years. Mary and Robyn appear to have an incredibly strained relationship, and Kody is the only one left on Robyn's team. In previous seasons, many viewers think TLC protected Kody and Robyn Brown. But the circumstances are wildly different this year. What exactly can viewers expect when the tell-all premieres this spring? Fans don't think TLC can protect Robyn Brown any longer. Sister Wives commentator Reality Squad shared their thoughts in a new video, explaining the likelihood that Robyn might receive a more brutal portrayal when the show returns to TLC. Robyn is gearing up to have straight-up not a good time when the second half of season 19 airs. The creator shares in her video. She has lost her biggest ally in Mary, and while she still has Kody solidly in her corner, he is an unreliable narrator at best. Robyn is a shady lady, and there's no amount of ear piercing or church shopping that is going to convince the audience she's a cool mom. It looks like Mary is ready to talk on the show about how Robyn was not a good sister, wife, or friend to her. That is gonna suck for Robyn's image. Teasers from the new episodes reveal that Mary has had a lot of time to reflect on her relationship with Robyn. Once Mary moved back to Utah, it seemed Robyn more or less ghosted her. Since Mary has Jen Sullivan and other friends in her corner, she was able to step back and truly reflect on the poor way Robyn treated her over the years. Sister Wives viewers share their thoughts on the upcoming episodes. Overall, viewers agreed that the upcoming episodes likely won't bode well for Robyn Brown. Comments on the YouTube video included, "I don't really believe that Robyn wants plural marriage. She wants plural finances and time away from him." Let's all say it together. Girl, you did not have a bond with her. She was using you. It is not normal for someone you have a bond with to lie to you. Keep you isolated during a pandemic. Or have you divorced your husband for her well-being? I found it so interesting how Robyn just waltzed into Mary's home, but she didn't allow Mary into hers, kept her outside to chat. Infuriating excuse of a woman. What do you think will ultimately happen when Sister Wives season 19 returns to TLC? What will Robyn Brown say or do in the tell-all? Share your own thoughts and ideas in the comments. Follow TV shows Ace Online to keep up with the latest Sister Wives news and updates. The Sister Wives franchise has been known for its dramatic moments, emotional confrontations, and the ever-complicated family dynamics of Kody Brown and his wives. As the seasons have progressed, the Brown family has found itself at a crossroads, with relationships shifting, old wounds reopening, and tensions running high. While each of Kody's wives has been scrutinized over the years, the second half of season 19 has seen one of the most dramatic shifts in the family. Robyn Brown, Kody's fourth wife, has found herself at the center of intense scrutiny and criticism from both viewers and the other wives. Robyn, who has often been seen as Kody's favorite wife, has always been a controversial figure in the Sister Wives universe. Her arrival into the family sparked a seismic shift in the dynamics of the polygamous household, and as the show has evolved, so has the narrative surrounding her role within the family. However, the second half of season 19 marks a period where Robyn has become the focal point of mounting criticism, and it seems that both fans and her co-wives are not holding back in their assessments. A new family dynamic. Before we delve into the drama that unfolded in the second half of season 19, it's important to understand the context of Robyn's relationship with Kody and the broader family. Robyn joined the Brown family in 2010, becoming Kody's fourth wife. From the beginning, her relationship with Kody was different than the others. She was younger, had children from a previous marriage, and quickly formed a close bond with Kody. Over time, Robyn's role in the family grew, and she became Kody's emotional anchor, especially after his relationships with his other wives became strained. While Robyn's entry into the family was initially met with some resistance from the other wives, the years that followed saw her position in the family solidify. It became clear that Kody's relationship with Robyn was special, and as a result, many fans, and even the other wives, began to feel the imbalance. In many ways, Robyn became the favorite wife, the one Kody turned to for support, intimacy, and emotional connection. However, this dynamic has led to increasing resentment from Kody's other wives, especially as their relationships with him became more distant, particularly after the COVID-19 pandemic. The second half of season 19 captures this growing resentment in real time, as Robyn is roasted by her co-wives and even viewers for her role in the family's unraveling. The pressure builds. Robyn's strained relationships with the other wives. Throughout the early part of season 19, there were subtle hints of the growing discord among the wives. But in the second half, the tension reached a boiling point. Robyn found herself increasingly isolated as her relationships with the other wives, particularly Christine and Janelle, became more strained. The emotional fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic, combined with Kody's preferential treatment of Robyn, created a rift that could no longer be ignored. The most notable shift came with Christine's decision to leave the family. As the only wife to formally announce her departure, Christine's exit highlighted just how dysfunctional the family dynamics had become. While Robyn did not take as active a role in Christine's departure, her perceived closeness with Kody was seen by many as a key factor in the breakup. Viewers and co-wives alike questioned Robyn's role in Christine's exit, with some accusing her of taking Kody's attention away from the other wives, leaving them feeling neglected and emotionally unsupported. In the second half of the season, Robyn found herself facing an onslaught of criticism, particularly from Janelle. Janelle, who had long been one of Kody's more independent wives, grew increasingly frustrated with the favoritism Kody showed Robyn, especially after the pandemic. The cracks in their relationship were evident in several heated exchanges, with Janelle confronting Robyn about her perceived role in the family's dysfunction. In one particularly tense scene, Janelle called out Robyn for her perceived inability to understand the struggles of the other wives, particularly when it came to balancing Kody's attention. Viewers were quick to side with Janelle, empathizing with her frustration. Many fans felt that Robyn, while certainly a loving wife and mother, had taken advantage of her closeness with Kody to further separate herself from the rest of the family. As the season progressed, it became clear that Robyn's relationship with Kody was not only the source of her co-wives' discontent, but also a major point of contention within the family itself. The fallout from the pandemic. While Robyn's relationships with her co-wives were strained, it was the COVID-19 pandemic that pushed the family's issues into overdrive. Kody's strict lockdown rules and his decision to enforce a rigid separation between the wives caused a massive divide, and Robyn's willingness to comply with Kody's decisions only seemed to exacerbate the tension. The other wives, particularly Christine and Janelle, struggled with the isolation that the pandemic caused, especially when it became clear that Kody was spending more and more time with Robyn. In one of the most explosive moments of the second half of season 19, Christine and Janelle both expressed their feelings of betrayal and abandonment. They accused Robyn of enabling Kody's behavior, and many viewers were quick to agree. For much of the season, Robyn had remained quiet during these confrontations, unwilling or unable to fully address the concerns of her co-wives. This silence only fueled the fire, as the other wives felt that Robyn was complicit in the family's unraveling by not standing up for the relationships that had once been so important to her. While Robyn did try to justify her actions by explaining her loyalty to Kody, her attempts to smooth over the tension came across as disingenuous to many viewers. This only further isolated her in the eyes of the audience, who began to see her as the central figure in the family's dysfunction. The more Robyn tried to defend herself, the more she seemed to be digging herself into a hole, with her emotional responses often feeling disconnected from the reality of the situation. Robyn's role in Kody's disconnect with the family. One of the most critical elements of the second half of season 19 was the growing realization that Kody's relationship with Robyn was directly contributing to his disconnect with the rest of the family. Throughout the season, Kody became increasingly frustrated with his other wives' inability to fully accept his rules and restrictions. His demands, particularly around social distancing and quarantining, created a level of tension that he seemed unwilling to acknowledge. However, it was Robyn's emotional support of Kody that made the other wives feel as though they were being left behind. Kody and Robyn's bond seemed to grow stronger, while the other wives were left to fend for themselves, feeling isolated and unheard. The imbalance in Kody's attention fueled the family's growing divide, and as the season progressed, the tension became more palpable. Fans began to see Robyn less as a loving wife and more as the emotional anchor that Kody leaned on while distancing himself from the other wives. This dynamic did not sit well with many viewers, who felt that Robyn had allowed Kody to prioritize her over the well-being of the entire family. The drama surrounding this dynamic reached its peak in the second half of season 19, as Robyn's unwillingness to confront the issues head-on only made the situation worse. The roasting, Robyn under fire. By the time the second half of season 19 aired, Robyn was being roasted by fans and fellow cast members alike. Her attempts to defend her role in the family fell flat, and her emotional responses were often seen as self-serving, rather than genuinely understanding the pain of her co-wives. The more she tried to justify her relationship with Kody, the more she alienated herself from the audience, who began to view her as the key player in the family's downfall. The roasting of Robyn reached its peak in the season finale, where she was forced to face the harsh realities of her role in the family's fracture. With Christine's departure, Janelle's growing dissatisfaction, and Kody's increasing distance from his other wives, it was clear that Robyn's position in the family had never been more precarious. In the end, she was left to reflect on the consequences of her actions and her silence during one of the most tumultuous periods in the Brown family's history. While the second half of Sister Wives season 19 showcased Robyn's complicated and often polarizing role in the family, it also highlighted the broader issues that have plagued the Brown family for years. Whether Robyn can repair her relationships with the other wives and rebuild trust with the audience remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure: Robyn Brown is no longer the untouchable favorite wife she once appeared to be.